Buddy has to leave the country to get medical treatment. Good friend of mine, fall of last year, fall of last year, contacted me and said, Mike, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to help myself. I keep going to the hospital. I've trying to get these problems I have with me. It's beyond anything. And doctors keep sending me home telling me there's nothing wrong. And feeding me painkillers. Spends days and weeks on end in bed trying to get his life back together. He's like 45, 46. I went to school with the guy. And he said, what do I do, Mike? I don't know what to do. Do I go to America and then try to get health there or something, health care? What do I do, Mike? I said, wait, you're Portuguese. Go to the consulate. Get your passport, get your ID card. Well, I don't know. It's been decades and decades since I don't even know. Go, they'll tell you what to do. Goes, gets everything done. Gets his European card and gets his Portuguese passport. 4 weeks later, it's in the mail. He's like, okay, go to Portugal. Book a flight to Lisbon. Get there. So he did what I told him. He said, I got nothing to lose, Mike. I've been in pain for years now. Been in pain for like 7 years. And it's been this rigmarole of just going around in circles. Hospitals not caring. And it's just this over and over and not leveling with the guy. Not telling him what his problem is. Right? So Buddy books a flight, flies to Lisbon, gets to Lisbon, takes the taxi to the hospital. And he's thinking, I'm going to go grab a hotel. I'm going to have to settle in. I'm going to have to figure out. They wouldn't let him leave the hospital. He got there. They did some basic blood work on him. They took his ID. They checked him out. Took some basic blood work. Took some basic medical. Took some basic oversight. See, how the hell how did they allow you to get on a plane this sick? So after some simple blood work, they shut it right down. He couldn't leave. So gave him 2 bracelets, he said. Put him in a room. They called a specialist. Specialist came in. And then they started calling other people to come in and check out his situation. They did more blood work. They did some sinus work on him because he's got some serious brain fog and sinus problems. Majorly. Like, he can't read a sentence. He can't drive anymore. He's restricted to being, like, he's just constantly unfocused. Can't even drive. You know what I mean? So he's going nuts. And he's in so much pain with his shoulder that he hurts or dislocated. And they don't care. The hospitals, I'm saying here, it's like keep pushing him off. Go see a specialist. Specialist does nothing or can't do nothing or don't want to do nothing. Or they can't afford to do anything. Socialized medicine, right? So Portugal's got socialized medicine too. All right. But it's a different perspective. They wouldn't let him leave the hospital. So he's there. They have to send him to the another hospital that was going to fix with his shoulder after the MRI. They did all that stuff. They did everything they had to do. They had to drill in his face to fix a problem that he had, and they had to clean something out. What a nightmare. Problem inside his ears. They had to go inside and surgically do. What a nightmare. He was there for 2.5 weeks. They fixed him. He's better. He came back to Canada in the summer of this year. He's like, you know what? My little brother has a problem. I think it was with his leg. Something happened, and it's out of place or something. I don't even know what it is, but it's something that's going on. It's a medical term for it. It's like, we're just going to fly to Portugal and get that fixed. It's like, what is going on? People can't get the medical treatment in Canada that they need. I'm afraid to go to the hospital here. I made a video, like, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? Now, Buddy in Canada paid taxes all his life, worked his whole life here, and then is getting the rigmarole or whatever, the pin the tail on the donkey thing with the blindfold, and let's kind of figure out what we're going to go do next to you. You know what I'm saying? Just in circles. And he asked me, like, he's like, what can I do for this guy? You know what? Go back to Portugal. Go to Portugal, get fixed. Went to Portugal, and he got fixed. He has all the paperwork. They give him paperwork. They give him this. They told him what to do, how to make sure to maintain, to do this, to do that. He's fine now. He's back. He lives in I think Orangeville, Ontario. Now he lives in Orangeville, Ontario. But yeah, I really. So people have to leave the country. So I was even debating that the other day with my mom's ears. She's in pain. She can't hear anything. She's constantly like, we tried everything. I've tried everything. Then last week I was calling hearing centers in Washington State. I was just calling random ones. I said, hey, can we get a consultation, a checkup, and a this, and some sort of something within a weekend or 3 days? Like, so we don't have to come back to Canada and keep coming back and forth. Oh, but you're going to have to pay a couple of $100s for that. I'm like, no problem. I'll give you $500 if you want, on top of what you're going to charge me. Because that's how bad it's getting here. So I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore, or what some people in the comments are going to say. Well, I have been to the hospital. It's been very good. And I've heard from a lot of people that have been to a hospital where they weren't even allowed to be touched because they didn't take the juice. Remember that one, eh? You guys remember that, Mike in the Night, and those startling images we showed you about what happened there. But anyways, yeah, people leaving the country to get medical treatment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below on this one, man. Like, what am I going to have to do? My mom now has to wait for a specialist. They say it could take till April of next year, of 2025. And she has to suffer like this? Anyways, guys, I'll read your comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.